everyone! Thank you for inviting me to be one of your participants in interviewing people living abroad with regards to multicultural diversity in the workplace for tourism professionals. I was given a set of questions and I will try to answer them as best as I can. The first question is, tell us about yourself. My name is Faith Rangel Imperio Lawrence. I was born in Alang-Alang, Leyte, but I grew up in Palo, Leyte. I am a proud graduate of Bachelor's of Science in Tourism and Hotel Restaurant Management here in our beloved university, the Leyte Normal University. Question number 2. Where are you currently based and how did you end up living abroad? I currently live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, also known as the City of Brotherly Love. My journey to the US started when I participated in a 3-month internship program offered by our university. That experience sparked my dream of living abroad. After graduating, I built my career in Cebu and started my own business when I came home back in Palo, Leyte. Later on, I met my now husband, which led me to relocate to Philadelphia. Question number 3. Tell us about your life abroad. What do you usually do? Well, life took an unexpected turn when I moved abroad around 2020. COVID happened. My career plans had to shift. Instead of continuing my profession immediately, I focused on building my family. Currently, I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, but I also work as a virtual marketing director for a senior care home facility, a seasonal caregiver, and I'm also an aspiring content creator in which I use my platform to raise awareness about autism spectrum disorder while sharing my life as an immigrant. Question number 4. What nationalities do you usually interact with? How has it been living in a multicultural environment? Philadelphia is incredibly diverse. In my neighborhood, I am able to interact with Black Americans, Latinos, White Americans, and Asians. My husband is Black American, and being immersed in his culture was an eye-opening experience. To my surprise, I found many similarities between Black American and Filipino cultures. They value family, are hardworking, and are incredibly hospitable even to strangers like me. They love music, dancing, and just like us, food is their love language. They eat rice. But on a more serious note, Black Americans, like Filipinos, have a history of oppression. The struggles they face today are remnants of systemic racial injustice, much like how our ancestors endured colonial oppression. However, their resilience is admirable, something that deeply resonates with our own cultural perseverance. The media often portrays only a small portion of the population, focusing on negative stereotypes. But in reality, the majority of people here are kind, welcoming, and just trying to live their lives. Question number 5. Have you encountered any challenges when dealing with different nationalities? How did you handle them? Racism is unfortunately still prevalent in some places, especially here where I am from. When I first moved here, I wasn't fully aware of how certain phrases could be offensive even when unintentional. For example, saying, "Black people like fried chicken." It may seem harmless, but it's actually a racial stereotype. The truth is, almost everyone likes fried chicken, yeah? The issue lies in how stereotypes have been used to marginalize certain groups. To overcome this, I unlearned colorism. Again, I unlearned colorism. Colorism that was ingrained deeply in our culture and social norms. I educated myself again on history, realizing that Filipinos and Black Americans share a past of oppression under colonial rule. Even during wartime, Black American soldiers, such as those under General Fagan, also known as Kapitan Pugot, chose to fight alongside Filipinos instead of oppressing us. Understanding this history helped me develop greater respect and empathy, which I now share with others, especially in discouraging the use of offensive racial slurs. Question number 6. Have you experienced racism where you currently live? Well, before answering that, let me define racism. According to Oxford, racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race, often based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Personally, I haven't experienced direct racism, but I see its systemic effects daily. In our area, schools, public services, and healthcare facilities are noticeably of lower quality compared to a predominantly white neighborhood. This disparity is a direct result of generational racial inequality, proving that racism still exists in more ways than just personal interaction. Number 7. Can you share an experience where cultural exchange took place in your community or home? Well, this is a very wonderful question. I lived here for 5 years now, and at first, I was hesitant to interact with my neighbors since I was the only Asian in our street. But they would always greet me with a friendly, "How are you? How's your day going?" And that encouraged me to open up more. Whenever I would cook Filipino dishes like pancit, adobo, or lumpia, I share some with our neighbors, and then in return, they would invite me to their cookouts, which is a very similar experience to our Filipino fiesta. This is how I was introduced to soul food, which is a flavorful dish with deep cultural significance. These small exchanges have made me feel more at home here in a foreign land. Question number 8. Have other nationalities influenced your culture, tradition, or beliefs? My answer to that? Absolutely. Many Filipinos don't realize how much of Black culture has influenced us, especially in music. Rap music in the Philippines, for example, was pioneered by Andrew E., who was introduced to the genre by a Black American friend. Hip-hop, R&B, jazz, breakdancing, crip walking, all of which are widely loved in the Philippines. All of them originated from Black culture. On a personal level, I've learned how to braid my son's hair, and now I'm doing my husband's hair too. Braiding isn't just a fashion statement. It's a significant part of Black culture, used historically as both a protective hairstyle, which keeps their hair healthy, and a symbol of resistance against oppression. Learning about this, deepened my appreciation for their tradition. Question number 9. What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in a multicultural community? The biggest advantage for me is gaining a broader perspective. Seeing the world in a different lens. Being exposed to a different culture humbles you. It helps you appreciate the simplicity of life back home. You learn to adapt and grow in ways you never imagined. The downside, racism and discrimination still exist. There will always be people who think they are superior to others based on race, and that doesn't excuse us Filipinos, and that can be frustrating. But living in a multicultural society also teaches us resilience and the importance of standing up for inclusivity. Question number 10. If given the chance, would you rather settle in the Philippines or stay abroad, and why? If given the chance, of course I would love to settle back in the Philippines. While the US offers incredible opportunities, there's something irreplaceable about the warmth and vibrance of home. The smile in the Philippines feels brighter, and the sense of community is much stronger. I'm grateful for my experience here abroad, but the Philippines will always be precious to me. Now, the last question. What advice would you give to students pursuing a career in tourism and hospitality who wish to live abroad? Well, I'm not a master of anything yet, nor I have gained all the experiences in the world. But with my experiences, there are things that I would love to share to you guys. When it comes to advice, one of my first advices is master communication skills. Hone your English communication skills. This will open countless doors for you. The second thing, listen to understand, not just to respond. I'll say it again. Listen to understand, not just to respond. Doing this will help you navigate situations that are difficult with empathy and professionalism. I know in life too, life is hard. Embrace failure as learning experiences. Don't give up. Every setback is preparing you for something greater and bigger. Always stay open-minded because living abroad will challenge your beliefs, but it will also help you grow. Wherever life takes you, never forget where you came from, because being a Filipino can be your greatest strength. And that is it. Thank you so much again for this interview, and I hope you learned something from me. I wish you guys the best and good luck in your chosen careers in the future. And you have a great day ahead of you. Bye now.